I've never done this before.
He's never done this before, but we are now live for live. What is it? The Live 30 Wednesday. Back again.
30 watts.
30 minutes.
Ooh,
I'm going to give you 30 seconds to answer all these hot questions.
30 seconds.
Yep, this is the follow-up to last week's hot episode.
Let's get the questions out of the way
Okay,
we
hang
can
on.
talk about the good stuff.
Okay, let's get these. Okay, so there's a couple of topics. We've gotten some questions. We want to talk about our new big arrivals. Chris, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris from our high-tech section. Chris, is there anything new, big, interesting in the high-tech area?
Well, other than Jimmy's glasses,
they're impressive.
They are impressive, and he's a good-looking rooster.
He's a very good-looking rooster.
Very good-looking rooster.
Exceptional drummer too.
Yeah. Other than that, we've got there's quite a bit of interesting new stuff coming.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff from NAMM is about to hit. We've had a couple of
Sure.
like the Volca modular come through, very good.
So
sold out.
Who are the big winners out of the NAMM show? Are we talking like the DJs? Are we talking the home recorders?
I think the kind of the big winners are synthesizers. You know, in general, I think the synthesizer is back.
Is there also is that following a trend too? Is that there's a movement for that synth?
I think, I suppose
80s.
No. I think there's a lot of people out there that are discovering or rediscovering the beauty of analog synthesis.
Okay.
And just how much fun it can be to plug leads into things. And this is this new modular thing, which even tempts me to get back into hardware. In fact, you can consider me fully tempted.
Fully, he's being tempted. He wants a taste. Now we're talking about, people have talked about getting into a comfort zone in the studio. Have you heard about this thing?
No. Tell me.
Okay,
more.
say they get the. Have you in your experience ever gotten? You've got your setup of all the products that you love to use. Do you get stuck in it? Do you find yourself getting stuck? And you're like,
of course.
It's been a decade and I'm still using the same sample thingy. And
for me personally, the really big thing that changed the way that I work was the NI machine when it first came out, or Machina,
It's the Euro.
Yeah. Well, that's how they say it.
Machina.
And I suppose they made it, so we should say it the same. But it changed the way I work completely because I find, because I'm not a keyboard player by any stretch of the imagination, but what happens is you keep on reaching for the same
thing,
same shapes,
because you're feeling comfortable with it.
And I suppose for guitarists, you would always go for the same chord shapes,
same progression.
Progression.
Absolutely.
So it was a different way of working, and so I think any of those things that force you to think a bit differently.
Yeah. So tying it back into all that new NAMM stuff, is this going to sort of invigorate those who are potentially in that comfort zone?
Most certainly.
I don't want to call it a rut. That's terrible. Let's call it the comfort zone. Is this going to pull them out of that? Is it good to be out of your comfort zone?
Yeah, most certainly.
But in a familiar way, like you were saying, it's the old stuff coming back.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
And for the people out there that are younger, it's all very new. It's all very new. So
it's all fresh.
Yeah, fresh weird sounds that we haven't heard before.
And you were saying before, like, you're not typically you wouldn't call yourself a keyboardist musician, but
other than my sweet saxophone.
How could I forget?
Yeah. But
we've got to get to that.
Some
saxophone.
Not a keyboard player.
Soprano sax.
No, not soprano sax.
Don't you play soprano?
No.
I thought what kind of sax do you play?
I play tenor. And I'll play an alto. The soprano I find very hard to justify.
Justify. Okay, cool. So these new synth products and stuff coming out, I want to talk about ease of use, accessibility, to get into it. Say I'm not a musician, but I love going to gigs. I want to create my own music. I want to create my own art.
Yeah.
Are these things user friendly for people like that?
Well, to a degree. Like the thing is, I would say they're more they're like all this new analog. I really would be lying if I said it's for a beginner. I think you
Okay.
should probably start, you could just jump straight in the deep end, but you really need to have some degree of understanding of synthesis.
Sure.
But that said, if you want to just have a crack, I'm sure, you could just
Push the right buttons and away you go, sort of thing.
buy yourself a Behringer Neutron and go sick with the leads,
Behringer, what's the Behringer Neutron?
It's a semi-modular analog synth.
And you've got to say that like 3 times really quick.
Yeah, go on, say it.
No, I can't even spell it. I don't even know what the first letter is. But I'm going to get into some questions here because some of this stuff does tie in. So these are some of the questions we got from last week's episode that we sort of ran out of time because Bob talks too much. And he's at home today probably watching this. He's a gorgeous man.
Beautiful.
I hope he's watching this. We've got a question here. It says, I'm teaching my daughter how to play piano, and how do I make music education fun? I mean, you could replace it with pretty much any instrument. I mean, have you ever been a music teacher as such?
Yes.
And how did you how did you keep it interesting?
Well, I suppose for these things, how do you make piano fun? It's a matter of how you teach it, and we can use a computer. Like there's all sorts of like games that you can now play on a computer with
Sure.
with piano, but that's not a piano. That's a keyboard rather than a.
It's
piano.
more of a keyboard kind of thing.
And also making it fun is like giving the kids some fun things to do on it rather than just plain old scales.
It is
But
tough.
I suppose that gets more into the philosophy of teaching music rather than
Yeah, that's a whole
technology.
nother kettle of fish. I know. I've taught a few people how to play. Well, I didn't teach. Hopefully, they're still playing drums. Back when I used to play,
How did you make it fun other than cracking?
we'd have
sick
jokes, and we would sit there and practice things like rudiments. For those who don't play drums or percussion, rudiments are basically your ABCs of percussion. But trying to keep it interesting, at the end of the lesson, we would sit there and get the double kick pedal out and go, right, let's play some Slayer or something. Let's practice some double kick patterns just to keep them interested. But even things like when practicing a rudiment, you'd work out little rhymes and things like Teddy Tum. It's like when you're doing your paradiddles and things like so to keep drumming interesting. I don't know about other instruments whether they have cool sort of play on words, but it is tough. But I think I reckon it's got to do with the teacher and the student sort of relationship.
So what you basically we could translate this across to piano by your daughter. Think about introducing some Slayer
for the young ladies,
and
for the young gentlemen,
for other people, for people who aren't in Canberra. Canberra's a very metal town.
We're pretty well known for it. We're also known for. I mean, some of our biggest acts now are some of our more electronic acts, of which you deal with sort of directly. So yeah, we are definitely diversifying. Another question is, it's heavy on the keyboards and piano stuff today. How do you record keyboards? Now you're working in high tech. Say I've got a keyboard of whatever brand. How do I get that into my PC or my Mac? How does that happen?
Okay, we'll get this one out of the way really quickly because it's
in a nutshell.
It's dry to say the least.
Oh. Okay.
What we do, we take the output of our keyboard. If it's a mono keyboard, we take 1 lead out. If it's a stereo keyboard, we take 2 into our audio interface. Best to do it with an audio interface. Into 2 line inputs. Get our levels, match them up, hit record.
So we're talking leads. We're talking like guitar leads.
Yeah, guitar leads. That's all you need.
So like a guitar lead out of the keyboard into the interface, into your PC, Mac via USB.
And an interface can cost you anywhere from $100 up.
Is there some good beginner entry level ones?
Like I would look, go to our site, have a look at Presonus and Focusrite, Steinberg.
Are Behringer in there?
Behringer's very good, very entry level.
Yep.
And they do some bigger stuff as well. And also I'd also have a look at Audient.
Audient?
For something for a bit that's also very good. So All of those will do the job. You can ring me. You can ring me and ask me. I'll
Chris will
help
run you through all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
And also, now this is a question on a video that James did a little while ago. It's a Rode product. It's called the Rodecaster Pro. From what I understand, it's kind of like a mixer for... Well, actually, kind of like what we're doing now, even this kind of stuff. They want to know how many phone callers can call in at once. Is it one? I want to say it's
One. Yeah.
Okay, at the moment it's one. Yeah.
You can't have multiple, as far as I know, unless they've changed it.
I can only talk to one person at a time. Oh, we have a question.
Oh,
Hey,
we've
we've got a live question. It's it's hot off the press. It's Justin. Hello, Justin. Young Justin.
Where's Justin from?
I think Justin is from the lovely land of YouTube. I've got a question. I've just picked up a parts caster made from a deluxe neck and deluxe body. They are they, as a rule, worth quite a bit less than a matchy Strat?
Ooh, that's...
Now, you know what?
That's got me stumped.
To me, wow, that is actually a really cracking question. I've never heard of a matchy Strat.
Well, I mean,
this sounds like I know what he means.
Yeah.
But if that's an actual term, that sounds like something that for the deep guitar nerds that love that sort of stuff. A parts caster. So you got the neck and the body. Is as a rule, is it worth less than a matching? You know what? Yeah, if all the serials match up with the neck and the body, with any Fender, I'm just going to hand this our live screen back.
Thanks, Johnny.
To our beautiful assistant. Yeah, you know what?
But if it sounds good, who cares?
Exactly. Look, if you had the neck off a Strat that Eric Clapton had played and signed, and then you stuck it onto another deluxe body, you know what? That probably holds some. What do they call that? Is it called Providence? If you can prove it all, that.
Oh yeah, Providence.
But
yeah,
you know what?
Good.
A matchy. Let's go. I like that matchy. I've never heard matchy. But yeah, Justin, thank you very much. Hope you do well. Stay in school, mate. Stay in school.
I'm happy to extend this half hour too if we keep on getting the questions.
Yeah, we've got another question.
We can just keep on going.
Oh, you want to know about my... Okay, I've been waiting for this moment.
There's an oil involved, isn't there?
There is some oil. I hope the guys can get a close-up. So the question was, how does Noof get his beard so silky smooth? Now, look, we're not here for sort of product placement for any other products outside of what we normally stock. But look, I do have to give credit to a fantastic company called Captain Fawcett. In particular, the oil is called Booze and Backy. Not only does it condition and just give you this great look, the smell.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Here we go. That smell-o-vision. No, it's pretty nice.
It's boozy and
and the best place to get it from, it's boozy and backy. The best place to get it is from Men's Biz.
Mixed in with a little
there
bit
you
of
go.
Miyake or something like that.
Oh, it's a thing. Okay, so Phil.
Is this Phil from Canada?
Do we have we've got an international question. Phil from Canada. Chris, you're going to take the thing here.
It's a black one.
How much is it? Hang on a second, Phil. I'm going to work this out for you, mate.
How much is it, eh?
Phil.
What is it?
That is a Yamaha.
It's a Yamaha.
It is a $9,000 Yamaha. I read you the code, but it's longer than my phone number. Mate, we'd love to have you in store to come and try it out.
I'd like him to Skype in. He's lovely. If he's the Phil I'm thinking of.
Oh, if it's that Phil, he's actually one of my favourite Australian Canadians. That's fantastic. Great question, Phil. That is just one of many pianos that we have in stock at the moment.
What's your favourite piano, Nathan?
I'm a big fan of. Look, I don't work in the piano section personally. I'm in the acoustics, but a family member of mine recently picked up a Kawai. It's the I think it's out of shot. It's that there's a brown one here. It's called a CA. I think it's part of the 78. Yeah, CA 78. It's got this great like little digital component on the side. Great teaching tool. So easy to scroll through a bunch of different sounds. Like it's got like a little touchpad on the side, like a mini tablet, iPad, something.
Like a little computer.
It's like a little computer. Yeah, that's what the kids are calling it these days. Yeah, they're very, very popular. That'd be my favourite, like the little digital ones. As far as the acoustic stuff, I'll be honest with you, I'm completely 100% out of my depth. I know there's big ones, there's smaller ones, and they come with black and white keys. Yeah, we'd have, you know what? Guys, we'd normally have Rudy here. He's just away today, but yeah, he's all over that. Rudy is your man. And if you haven't watched any of his clips on our YouTube channel, you are severely missing out.
You also haven't seen Fingers in action.
Fingers? His
Rudy's.
Fingers? Oh, Rudy's fingers. They're phenomenal. Here we go. I've got another question here. It's is it possible to run a Helix Line 6 through a power cab and also route audio from my PC into the cab at the same time? Now,
interesting question.
That's an interesting question. I probably should have spoken to an electric guitarist who... We have a spare mic on the couch. He's going to roll up any second now.
Let's just hang. Let's just put that one towards the end.
Okay. Let's talk about this. Okay, so the Adam speaker.
That's a definite maybe.
It's plausible.
But we're gonna come back to you with a proper answer to that.
Something I know you're across. Okay, so we stock a large range of the Adams monitor speakers for studio use.
Used by myself.
You've got a set? Oh, well, there, okay. There you go. It's an endorsement. Is there a sub for those?
Okay, I think the full question, Nathan, is there going to be a T-Series sub? And the answer is yes. I've got this hot off the...
Exclusive
straight out of the importer's mouth only 20 minutes ago. Yes, it's going to be called a T10S. It will be a 10-inch sub. It's going to be in T-Series price range, so less than $1,000, probably maybe even closer to 500, between 500 and 1,000. Mm-hmm. Should be fantastic. And the other interesting thing is it's going to be downfiring, which makes it different to all the other Adam subs.
What, you mean like it's got like a passive radiator
no,
underneath?
No. It's the driver is facing... It's
down.
It's like ported and facing down. So that's...
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, anyway, that should be awesome. And
so when are they due to arrive, sorry?
By mid-year. By mid-year.
Mid-year, and again, the rough price point?
Between 500 and grand, so pretty standard
kind of pricing. I don't know. What
cheap for Adam kind of quality. Same with the T-Series are incredible speakers. And, so they're the same type of thing. Oh, you guys, you wouldn't...
You have no idea what's going on off camera. It's just terrible. Yeah. Adam T-Series. Now, at the start of this feed, you talked about something you wanted to... Something very important. I know, just before we came on air. Okay, let's get to it. His name's Glenn Campbell. He had a song called Wichita Lineman. Man.
That's the song of the day. So if anyone's got anything to say about that. Now, this is the interesting thing.
Okay.
Glenn made the song famous, very famous.
Mm-hmm.
By singing it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I thought there was some other...
Yeah, no,
you're going to fill me in on something?
But James Taylor wrote it. So there you go. That's a little bit of trivia. You should check out the James Taylor version and the Glenn Campbell version. Also, this jazz singer from Norway's version that comes up on Spotify as well. I forget her name, but she's 61 and she sings it beautifully. So,
phenomenal.
I think she's some kind of household name in Norway, but it's a name that
sort of escapes you.
Yes.
So, I think the reason why the Glenn Campbell thing also came up is we were touching on, we're joking around about wearing double denim. Would you wear double denim?
Oh, oui.
We were talking about the blue denim on blue denim and black on black, or blue and black combinations. You know what always get to me? Do you guys wear, if you're in a rock band? Actually, you know what? Stop. Doesn't matter what genre you're talking about. Does everyone just wear a black shirt to whatever gig they go to? I know there's people watching. We can see the count on how many people are out there watching. Do you wear a black shirt? All of you? Yeah, we've just been told how many are watching, and we know who you are.
It's blowing my mind.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna. Well, look, I'm gonna start it off. Yeah, I pretty much always wear a black shirt. Main reason, it's slimming. Always have. Probably will continue to do it. I've played in a jazz band, wore a black shirt. Had to wear a tie, still wore a black shirt. That's just my thing. But look, I'm up to. I actually really want to hear what you guys think about wearing this whole double denim thing. Is it actually coming back? I'm lining up questions potentially for next week.
I don't know whether to hope so or hope not.
I'm wondering when Hypercolor is going to come back.
Oh, Hypercolor, is that? Oh, that's the one where you touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that should come back. That should come back.
We've had a bit of a push on. So we're getting our stats in from our stat team.
Someone's wearing about good work.
Is somebody has said online that we're wearing a black shirt? Somebody is wearing a black Takamine shirt right at this moment. What's her name? Oh, Simon. Hello, Simon. Out there in YouTube land, or Facebook land.
Oh, it's Facebook.
It's probably a good time to also mention, which I should have done at the start. I think we are across the three platforms.
Ooh,
we're across. Just going to confirm with the guys behind the cameras here that we are on Facebook. Yes, we're on Instagram. And YouTube. Oh, hey, we've got someone on YouTube wearing Hypercolor. Thank you.
Really? Someone really is?
I would go on a limb and say that person's probably in Melbourne. No?
Can't tell.
I'm going to say, I don't know.
Where are you from? Type it in. Justin. Yeah. Hypercolor Justin.
Yeah. We should be wearing Hypercolor. That'd probably be offensive. So actually, I'm going to take it a sec. And someone just says they just wear something crazy, like a cape. I'd like it if there was more cape. And someone's calling in, and they're probably watching this right now. And I'll get to your call shortly.
Yeah.
Take a message.
Yeah, take a message. Take a message.
But I'm going to talk about also in the acoustic section where I work. It's been an exciting couple of days. I'm wearing this shirt also for a reason. Guys, Taylor have got a brand new product out. It's their 7 Series guitar. It's a brand new shape. Okay, so we've got they're doing a 717, they're doing a 517 and a 317. We have the 717 in stock for you to come and have a look at, as well as the 717 Builder's Edition. If you don't know what this is, guys, you need to get online.
Can we send a production assistant to run over and get the 7 Series?
Okay. Johnny. Well, guys, it's in our acoustic room, in the middle of the room on the very back wall. Yep, I'm going to keep pointing at it while he goes and grabs it. Guys, it is a brand new shape for them. Traditionally, they've been known for they started with the big dreadnoughts, and then they, what sort of, I don't know about the US, but here in Australia, the Grand Auditorium has been huge for them. Not to mention the GS Mini range. That's a whole nother discussion. But the 717s, guys, it's a rounded shoulder. So think your Gibson, your classic Gibson, throwing back to sort of Glenn Campbell time here. Yeah, that kind of thing. So it's kind of got that top. It's got the shoulders from that, but then has that classic auditorium style bottom end. It is sort of blown out a little bit on a standard dreadnought. And the sound, I know I've done videos on it already. They are on our YouTube channel. Definitely worth checking out. So if you're a little bit more sort of the traditionalist singer, songwriter, blues player, that kind of thing, I really, really think you're going to enjoy it. Another little bonus feature is the case. No one ever really talks about the case as much. I know we've done something on cases. I'll get to cases in a second.
Do tell more.
The case that this Taylor thing comes with, I know I could talk about this thing for hours, but it comes with this heavy tooled case. The tool marks are, it's kind of this Western rosette. It's very country and Western kind of look about it. It's the only one in the range with this case. And we're going to have this guitar coming into shot any second now with our other lovely assistant. This is Murdoch.
Oh, it is lovely, isn't it? So is the guitar.
And so is the guitar. So, yeah, guys, this is the 717. So as you can see, it's got the rounded shoulders. And the bottom is still pretty much... Yeah, just across here. Yeah. Still, it's got its nice low-profile pickup system on the top with the bass, treble, and volume controls. It is fitted with the Expression System 2. And guys, it is, look, and it's pretty revolutionary. It doesn't just stop there. This is made in El Cajon, which is just south of San Diego in the United States. This one also comes with the new V-bracing. So not only have they created a brand new shape, thrown this new shape into the market, it's got the new V-bracing. Again, these are I could talk about this for hours, but you need to get into the store and come and have a listen and A/B it against some other conventional sort of X-braced guitars. I think you will really love this. Cool. I'm sort of running out of questions, so. And
well,
I think
are we going to?
I think we're getting towards the end of it anyway.
Are you going to ask me about the synthesizer of the week?
I am now, Chris. Can you tell me about the synthesizer of the week?
Still the Arturia Matrix Brute.
And why?
Because it's magnificent in almost every way.
What's its key feature? What sets it apart? What is its secret 11 herbs and spices?
It's just wonderful. Its sound does it for me. That's one.
And it should do it for you as well.
Yeah. It's too much to talk about. There's too much to talk about.
But the Arturia...
It's Arturia Matrix Brute. And it's brutish and it does have a matrix. So, yeah. I don't know if I did a video about it. Someone did. But yeah.
And you've done
Peter from Arturia loves them as well.
So it's like his go-to home
product.
He
loves it.
You've done a video on it. I've done a video on this. It's on YouTube.
We're video guys.
Yeah, we are video guys.
Yeah.
You can see some video land.
We have to fight the people off here to do the videos.
And we're going to be talking also about Chapman guitars. Hopefully.
Oh yes. Yeah, the Helix question. Does anyone know?
We'll have to come back to the Helix question, but we've got the Chapman stuff. So I think we've just landed some Chapman stuff. We've got Chapman Korea and Chapman Indonesia have just landed with a bunch of models. Steve, that's that space on the end of the couch. That's where he should be sitting. But we haven't forgot you 4-string and 5-string players as well. Guys, there is a fan fret bass available. If you want to know more about the fan fret bass, call in, ask for Roger.
What makes a
fan fret? It's with the
that.
frets facing all the different directions. And I think we should have that on our website. If not, it'll be going up very soon. But like I said, if you want more information on the fan fret Chapman bass, please call up and speak to Roger. He's our go-to guy for bass and all things low end. He's a good bloke. He's a good egg.
Oh, good bloke, Roger.
One of the greatest eggs.
Yeah, good bloke.
So, guys, that's pretty much it.
Unless you want it to go on forever.
Yeah, which we could.
If you don't want it to end, quickly text in. Text in and say, I don't want this to end ever.
It's pretty comfy on this couch, and it's good having you close next to me. And thanks, Chris, for joining us on this live 30 on Wednesday here at Better Music. Guys, thank you so much
for
tuning in, and we'll see you next week. See ya.
Bye.